Hello students, today we will discuss some important questions on electric charges and fields. Question number 1. Draw a plot showing the variation of electric field E with a distance r due to a point charge q. So you have to draw a graph between electric field E and distance r due to a point charge q. You know the formula of electric field intensity due to a point charge q at a distance r is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught constant, q is constant, so this will be a 1 upon r square graph. So the graph will be like this. If we will take r along x axis, E along y axis, then the graph will be a inverse square graph. This will be the shape of the graph. Next, question number 2. In which orientation a dipole placed in a uniform electric field is in stable equilibrium? Second, unstable equilibrium. Remember, for stable equilibrium, the direction of P and U will be same. That is, the direction of electric field and direction of dipole moment vector will be same. So in first case, suppose this is the uniform electric field. These are the lines of force due to uniform electric field. So the dipole should be placed in the same direction of electric field. Suppose this is negative charge, this will be positive charge. This is minus q, this is plus q, this is the center of dipole, and dipole moment will be p vector. You know the magnitude of dipole moment, q into 2l. 2l is the length of the dipole. So this is the position of stable equilibrium. Similarly, for unstable equilibrium, the dipole and field will be in opposite direction, that is in anti-parallel direction. So angle between P and E will be 180 degree. In this case, angle between P and E will be 0 degree. So for unstable equilibrium, the position will be like this. This is the direction of E. This will be positive charge, this will be negative charge. This will be minus q, this will be plus q. This is the center of the dipole, and it is in the dipole moment vector will be in opposite direction to the direction of electric field. Next, question number 3. A metallic sphere is placed in a uniform electric field as shown in the figure. Which path is followed by the electric field lines and why? Here given 4 paths A, B, C and D. You have to choose the correct path. The answer will be path D, because as you know, electric field inside the metallic sphere is 0, no lines of force will be present there, and also always the lines of forces perpendicular to the surface of the metallic sphere. Next, question number 4. The figure shows 3 point charges plus 2q, minus q and plus 3q. 2 charges plus 2q and minus q are enclosed within a surface S. What is the electric flux due to this configuration through the surface S? You know the Gauss law. The total electric flux linked with a closed surface equals to 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the surface. The charge minus 3q is outside the surface, so it does not contribute to the flux. total charge equals to plus 2q minus q equals to q. So total flux equals to q upon epsilon naught. Next, question number 5. What is the flux due to electric field E equals to 3 into 10 to the power 3 I cap Newton per coulomb through a square of side 10 centimeter when it is held normal to E? Here E equals to 3 into 10 to the power 3 I cap Newton per coulomb. Area vector delta S equals to, side is 10 centimeter, so area will be 100 centimeter square I cap. Because area is held perpendicular or area is held normal to E. Normal to E means in YZ plane, so direction of area vector will be along x axis, so it will be 100 centimeter square I cap or 10 to the power minus 2 meter square I cap. So flux equals to E dot delta S equals to 3 into 10 to the power 3 I cap dot 10 to the power minus 2 I cap equals to 30 Newton meter square coulomb inverse. Next, question number 6. A sphere S1 of radius R1 enclosed a net charge Q. Another concentric sphere S2 of radius R2 enclosing charge 2Q. Find the ratio of the electric flux through S1 and S2, and how will the electric flux through S1 change if a medium of dielectric constant K is introduced in the space inside S2 in place of air. You know the total electric flux equals to 1 upon epsilon naught times the charge, total charge enclosed by the surface. So flux through surface S1, phi 1 equals to how much? Total charge is Q, so Q upon epsilon naught. Similarly, the flux through surface S2, total charge enclosed by surface S2 equals to 2Q plus Q, 3Q. So phi 2 equals to 3Q upon epsilon naught. So we have to find out the ratio. So phi 1 upon phi 2 equals to Q upon epsilon naught upon 3Q upon epsilon naught equals to 1 upon 3. Next question. How will the electric flux through S1 change if a medium of dielectric constant K is introduced in the space inside S2? There will be no change in electric flux if we will introduce a dielectric medium of dielectric constant K instead of air. Next, question number 7. A cube of each side A is kept in an electric field E equals to Cx I cap, where C is a positive dimensional constant. Find out electric flux through the cube and net charge inside the cube. Here E equals to electric field E equals to Cx I cap. The faces whose area vector perpendicular to the electric field will give zero flux. So electric flux, total electric flux should be through these two surfaces, face, this face and this face. Magnitude of electric field at left face EL equals to C into X equals to C into A. This is the magnitude of electric field at left face. Magnitude of electric field at right face C into x equals to C into 2a. This distance will 2a. So corresponding fluxes are flux through left face phi L equals to EL dot ds. EL dot ds equals to EL ds cos 180 degree, because field and area are in antiparallel direction, equals to CA into A square into minus 1 cos 180 minus 1 equals to minus A cube into C. Flux through right face Q phi r equals to ER dot ds equals to ER ds cos 0 degree equals to C into 2a into a square into 1 equals to 2a cube C. So question number 1 is electric flux through the cube. Total electric flux phi equals to 2a cube C minus a cube C equals to a cube into C. This is the total electric flux through the cube, a cube C. Total charge, we know that phi equals to q upon epsilon naught. So q equals to phi into epsilon naught equals to a cube C into epsilon naught. This is the total charge or net charge inside the cube, a cube C into epsilon naught. Next, question number 8. A spherical conducting cell of inner radius r1 and outer radius r2 has a charge plus q. A charge small q is placed at the center of the cell. What is the surface charge density on the inner surface and on the outer surface of the cell? And write the expression for the electric field at a point x greater than r2 from the center of the cell. Come to the diagram of the question. Here it is a spherical cell whose inner radius is r1, outer radius is r2. On the surface of the sphere plus q charge is there, capital Q. At the center of the cell plus q charge is there, small q. So due to this charge, minus q charge will be induced on the inner surface, due to which again plus q charge will be induced in the outer surface. So surface charge density on the inner surface equals to, suppose it will be sigma 1 minus q upon 4 pi r1 square. Similarly, surface charge density at the outer surface, surface charge density at the outer surface, total charge on outer surface equals to small q plus capital Q, both are positive. So sigma 2 equals to small q plus capital Q upon 4 pi r2 square. Next is electric field at point x greater than r2. Suppose P is the point at which we have to calculate the electric field intensity, which is at a distance x from the center of the cell. So E equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, total charge is q plus q upon x square. This is the magnitude of electric field at point P due to the total charge distribution. Next, question number 9. A positive point charge plus Q is kept in the vicinity of an uncharged conduction plate. Sketch electric field lines originating from the point on the surface of the plate. Suppose this is the positive charge Q, this is the uncharged conduction plate. When charge will be placed near the uncharged plate, then what will happen? Induction will be there. Due to induction, negative charge will develop here, induced, and positive charge will induce here. So electric field lines will be like this. These are the electric lines of forces originating from the point on the surface of the plate. Next, question number 10. An electric dipole of dipole moment 20 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb into meter is enclosed by a closed surface. What is the net electric flux coming out of this surface? As you know, net charge on the dipole equals to 0 because electric dipole consists of two equal and opposite charges separated by small distance. So total charge is 0, so total flux equals to 0. I hope all of you understood all the questions. If you have any doubt, then write in the comment section. I will reply. Thank you.